As soon as Sumo Wang opened his 4 eyes, he only said one sentence. Raise your head too high. An invisible slash flew over the snake hair and pufferfish's heads. In the next second, the canyon behind the two people was split open on the spot, leaving a trench dozens of meters long. The two Title Douluos lay on the ground, not even daring to look up because the figure standing in front of them was no longer Qian Ren Xue, but the cursed king who had been sleeping for countless years. Both sides, Sumo Snake Hair barely suppressed a trembling voice. Who exactly are you? Qian Ren Xue's 4 eyes on his face narrowed simultaneously, a dangerous smile appearing at the corner of his mouth. Sumo knew you may address me as such. He did not take the two Title Douluos seriously but slowly turned to look at Luo Hu, whose palm was already repaired. Since you have met me, why not be defeated? Countless invisible slashes burst out instantly. Luo Hu hurriedly retreated, but he had just Chinese letter 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 and had not recovered yet, so he could not control the magma again. The rocks in the canyon were continuously cut to pieces, dust just rising as Sumo Yuchu appeared behind Luo Hu, pressing down on the volcano on Luo Hu's head with one hand in a cold voice. More powerful slash burst near Luo Hu's body. The volcano head was directly cut off. Luo Hu fell heavily to the ground, only able to quickly recover relying on the vitality of a 200,000-year soul beast. But facing Sumo, who only absorbed 3 fingers, he still had no strength to fight back. Sumo stopped in front of Luo Hu looking down. Speak, what is your purpose in waking me? Luo Hu slowly stood up and following your prearranged script revealed his ambition. He claimed to be a 200,000-year ferocious beast wanting soul beasts to replace humans. To become the true masters of Douluo continent and resurrect the strongest evil soul master in history, Su Luo, who is the most important part of his plan. As long as you regain all your power, you can massacre the soul master world. With the body of the 6-day angel's 5 souls, you should also be very satisfied. After hearing this, Su Luo's smile gradually disappeared. So you are ordering me? Luo Hu tensed all over but still shook his head. I am just proposing a choice you will definitely accept. Su Luo became interested instead. For the sake of 3 fingers, I'll give you a chance. Defeat me now and I will allow you to dismantle as you wish. Luo Hu did not hesitate and rushed forward like a cannonball. Su Luo simply moved aside by step to easily evade his punch, both hands forming hard fists. Then let me show you what a real domain is. The domain Fumo Yuchu, blood-colored, instantly engulfed the entire canyon. A domain consisting of the ancient clam and bizarre shrines slowly rose behind Su Luo. Unlike the Gai Guan iron encasing mountain, Fumo Yuchu did not close its barrier. He allowed enemies to escape freely at the cost that everything within the domain would be considered real and suffer endless slashes until completely shattered. But just as the first round of slashes was about to fall, Sumo's body suddenly trembled violently and the newly formed domain collapsed on the spot. Don't steal my body, Qian Ren Xue's voice sounded from the same mouth. He desperately activated the 6-day 1-5 soul to compete with Sumo for control of his body. The black markings on Sumo's face began to fade, and the 2 extra eyes slowly closed. He quickly realized that deep within Qian Ren Xue's soul was hidden a fragment of the angel god's soul, and this fragment together with the lay angel's 5 souls forced Sumo's consciousness back. Qian Ren Xue regained control of his body and knelt weakly on the ground. Snake Hair and Pufferfish immediately rushed up to protect him in the middle. But before the 3 could relax, a second mouth suddenly cracked open on Qian Ren Xue's cheek. Little demon. 3 fingers is already your limit. When I completely take over this body, the first thing I will destroy is the Soul Weapon City. Qian Ren Xue angrily covered his face but couldn't open his mouth. Su Luo then turned to Luo Hu and told her to recover the remaining fingers quickly. Luo Hu did not answer but left behind the words "plan changed," then quickly disappeared into the depths of the canyon. Qian Ren Xue could only suppress Sumomo with the angel's soul power while rushing back to Soul Weapon City with 2 elders. Meanwhile, you were at the Soul Weapon Hall Academy confirming the changes brought by the celestial herb. After consuming the Earth Dragon Golden Melon, Tian Yue boosted 6 levels in a row, the power of the Golden Evil King's soul weapon swelling. The 4 of them had already become the new golden combination in the worship hall. You checked the infinite credit card stored in the system and quietly raised the corner of your mouth. Sumo Finger was a special clone created by you. Everything happening inside Qian Ren Xue was part of your original script, but this play had only just begun. In the worship hall, Qian Daoliu felt his granddaughter's familiar angelic aura and was ready to personally receive her but immediately noticed something wrong. Qian Ren Xue's face was pale, her spirit not overdrafted, and a sinister aura that made 600 million angels instinctively reject was still hidden inside her. Upon learning she was forcibly fed 3 fingers by Luo Hu and had her body stolen by the evil soul master, Qian Daoliu's soul. The pressure of the level 99 limit Douluo enveloped the entire worship hall. Snakehair and Pufferfish bowed their heads simultaneously. They really had exerted all their strength, but the two Title Douluos still failed to protect Qian Ren Xue. Qian Daoliu did not blame them further but took his granddaughter's hand and led her beneath the statue of the 6-day angels. Don't be afraid, Xuer, the divine ancestor will surely clear the evil spirit inside you. As Qian Ren Xue approached the angel statue, a soft holy light blossomed, but it only flickered for a few seconds before quickly dimming. This meant that because of Su Mo's presence, Qian Ren Xue was no longer recognized by the angel god Wei. Qian Daoliu's body shook. For the first time his eyes revealed an unhidden panic. Qian Ren Xue was not only his only granddaughter but the long-awaited heir to the divine position of the angel clan. If she lost her qualification, the angel clan would have to wait unknown years. Just then Qian Ren Xue's face suddenly opened a blood-red eye, and another mouth cracked open beside it. Old man, your desperate look is truly delightful. Qian Daoliu's eyes instantly turned red. Xuer loosened the suppression on her. Grandpa will personally remove this evil soul master for you. 3 pairs of white wings unfolded behind Qian Daoliu, 8 black, 1 red and 9 eyebrow soul rings illuminated the entire worship point. Qian Ren Xue chose to believe her grandpa gradually. Sumo regained control of his body, the light of the angels. Qian Daoliu didn't waste a word. The sacred column of light instantly enveloped Sumo completely. The 6-day angels were the arch-nemesis of evil soul masters. However, after the light dispersed, Sumo still stood there unharmed. Qian Daoliu's face changed for the first time. How is this possible? Sumo showed a sinister smile with Qian Ren Blood's face. Even the angel god you worship can't kill me entirely. What are you then? Since the holy light could not directly clear the soul, Qian Daoliu had to change tactics. He planned to leave small wounds on Qian Ren Xue and then transfer angelic power into her body to burn Sumo internally. Qian Ren Xue temporarily regained a bit of control and nodded firmly. She would rather be injured than let the Sumo continue to stay. But just as Qian Daoliu summoned the holy sword, Sumo had already completed the binding. The domain Fumo Yuchu and the bizarre shrine descended directly into the worship hall. Countless slashes rained from all directions, continuously cutting through Qian Daoliu's angelic protection. At Qian Daoliu's feet, the second soul rings lit up simultaneously, triggering the second soul skill, Void Anomaly. After the skill took effect, the damage caused by the domain's slashes was greatly reduced. More terrifying, this open domain was completely unaffected by the angel domain's suppression. Qian Daoliu's goal was not to hurt Qian Ren Xue but to leave small wounds on her with the holy sword and inject angelic power bit by bit into her body. Sumo's soul was not destroyed. The wounds on his body healed visibly fast. The reversal talent Sumo had could convert destructive power into healing energy, quickly repairing his flesh body. Seeing Qian Daoliu's attacks were ineffective for a long time, Sumo raised both hands, flames condensing into a bow in his palms. The countless dust left by Fumo Yuchu just now was also injected with explosive power. As soon as this arrow was shot, the entire worship hall would be swallowed by a chain explosion. The angel statue behind Qian Daoliu was also within the chain explosion's range, trembling. The flame sword user was about to escape danger. Qian Daoliu's 2 soul rings lit simultaneously, the 7th soul skill, Angel's True Self, and the 6th soul skill, Angel's Roar. The solemn 6-day angels emitted divine will and a terrifying mental impact, instantly interrupting Su Luo's flame spellcasters. While Su Luo recovered consciousness, the holy sword had already pierced Qian Ren Xue's abdomen. A massive amount of angelic power flooded her body, finally suppressing Su Luo's soul back deep into her mind. The black markings quickly disappeared. The extra 2 eyes slowly closed. Qian Ren Xue regained control of her body but Qian Daoliu's guidance. Su Luo was not truly dead. Before his consciousness fell asleep, his eyes still carried an undisguised murderous intent, as if telling him that one day Su Luo would return. When Qian Ren Xue woke up again, she found Qian Daoliu and Bai Kangyu both by her bedside. As she just hugged her grandpa, your lax voice came from beside. This is my little servant niece, old man, she is much prettier than you. Qian Ren Xue was instantly embarrassed and quickly corrected. Don't be rude, call me senior sister. You shook your head seriously. My generation is older than yours, from now on call me junior brother and I'll call you servant niece. Qian Ren Xue was so angry she was speechless but still teased you. Who exactly is Su Luo and why can't even the level 99 Qian Daoliu's angelic light eliminate him? Qian Daoliu also cast his gaze to Bai Kangyu, who then uttered a name not existing in Douluo continent's history. Su Luo was a legendary evil soul master from tens of thousands of years ago, known as the strongest before birth. He swallowed his own twin brother in the womb, naturally possessing 2 faces and 4 hands. He inherited both the chef and fire soul weapons simultaneously, able to fight and assist with 4 hands at the same time. 2 mouths could continuously chant soul spells. This bizarre body appeared as a monster to ordinary people, but for Su Luo it was nearly perfect. He stepped into the divine realm with pure talent and strength, ruling an era in the name of catastrophe. Only the angel god and another god together could defeat him completely. However, Su Luo's soul could not be destroyed. The other god had to cut off Su Luo's 20 fingers, split his power and soul into 20 parts and seal them one by one. Later, that god, together with the angel god, erased most of the memories using a divine artifact. Qian Daoliu still had doubts, but Bai Kangyu was a level 96 super Douluo, and a soul impossible to eliminate even with angelic light existed in Qian Ren Xue's body. All evidence proved this story true, but the news you brought next was unbearable for Qian Daoliu. Old man, prepare your heart, the angel god has most likely fallen. Qian Daoliu's vision darkened and he almost fainted on the spot. The angel clan hadn't received a response from their divine ancestor for many years. Previous great worshippers had guessed, but guesswork was one thing and hearing it was another. Fortunately, the angel god's power still existed. As long as Qian Ren Xue could pass the divine gateway, the angel clan still had hope. But now she was parasitized by sumo and lost the recognition of divine power, seeing Qian Daoliu's face grow paler. You hurriedly said the remaining words. Qian Ren Xue might have a piece of soul fragment left by the angel god inside her, and this fragment helped her regain her body in the canyon, avoiding complete seizure by sumo. Also, sumo currently only had the power of 3 fingers. If Qian Ren Xue continued to improve her soul weapon quality and soul power, she had a full chance to long-term suppress him. Hope reappeared in Qian Daoliu's eyes. He immediately ordered Qian Ren Xue to stay in the soul weapon hall to focus on cultivation and not return to the Tiandu Empire. But Qian Ren Xue couldn't let go of her long-executed covert plan and wanted to continue impersonating the Prince of Tiandu. You finished listening and said only one sentence that silenced the grandfather-granddaughter team simultaneously. If you want to take down Tiandu Empire, just send Title Douluos to solve the royal family first and then control the empire in the chaos. Spending so many years playing cat and mouse, are you too sane? Qian Daoliu's face turned grim. He immediately turned and pushed the responsibility to Li Dong. Qian Ren Xue glared at you angrily but found no retort. Fortunately, the most important thing now was not the covert ops. But to suppress sumo, Qian Daoliu immediately took out the bright sun Q left especially for his granddaughter and let Qian Ren Xue take it. With Qian Daoliu's gentle angelic power assisting, the medicinal power of the celestial herb quickly merged into Qian Ren Xue's whole body. Her consciousness also sank into the spiritual space. Above the blood-colored swamp, a person covered in black patterns on the face, looking exactly like Qian Ren Xue, sat among a pile of white bones waiting for her. Little demon, I can give you all my power and self-created soul skills. You only need to let me out for 10 minutes every day. I can kill whoever you want. Su Luo had already seen Qian Ren Xue's memories. She knew Qian Ren Xue longed for power but more importantly cared deeply about Bibai Dong, yet Qian Ren Xue did not hesitate. Good and evil cannot coexist. I will never make a deal with an evil soul master like you. If the divine ancestor couldn't kill you back then I will finish you. Su Luo's smile gradually disappeared, expressionless, raising her hand. An invisible slash flashed by. Qian Ren Xue's body in the spiritual space was instantly cut off. Her consciousness was forcibly expelled. When she reopened her eyes, she was holding Liu Zheng, trembling excitedly all over. Xuer. Look, your soul weapon. Qian Ren Xue instinctively released 600 million angels, but appearing behind him were not the original pair of wings, but 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs, 8 sacred wings slowly unfolding in golden flames. The bright sun QE not only let his soul power break through level 60 but also transformed 600 million angels into 800 million red angels, dramatically increasing soul weapon quality. Qian Ren Xue finally possessed the stable power to suppress the 3 fingers of sumo. Qian Daoliu looked at his granddaughter surrounded by golden holy flames with eyes full of joy. Qian Ren Xue once again had hoped to suppress sumo and impact the divine position, but sumo was not truly gone. The remaining 17 fingers were still scattered across the continent. Qian Daoliu immediately decided that once Qian Ren Xue's status stabilized, he would personally accompany her into the Stardew Great Forest to hunt the 6th soul ring and search for traces of the Luo Hu. But just as Qian Daoliu prepared to flip through ancient texts to find a way to completely destroy sumo, a prison guard suddenly came in. The guard quickly gathered himself and left. Yuxiao Gang, whose hair had turned white and jaw dislocated from torture, suddenly lifted his head. He could finally leave this prison.